When I found out Joe was diagnosed as being on the spectrum, she was 14, I'm 8 years older than her. It was something you don't really understand. At that point in time, there wasn't a lot of discussion about autism, what it was, what it wasn't. And so a lot of uncertainty. And I think we were, as a family, trying to figure out, how does this work?
At that time, the autism diagnoses were not as clear and precise as they are today. And it was kind of hit and miss, and I just kept knocking on doors and trying to find what might be available. But as she went to high school, we could tell she was slipping behind her peers.
Unfortunately, Joanna's high school years were lonely years, and she never really had an opportunity or engaged with the typical type of high school experiences that you and I and many others have. Proms and homecomings would come and go, and she wouldn't participate. Football games, sleepovers, just hanging out with friends. That was not her existence. It was a very isolated time for her.
She was living with her mom, but unfortunately, then her mom took ill, and that was tough on her mother. Obviously, it was tough on Joanna. And so then at that time, Greg and I decided we have to move Joanna here to Arizona.
And my father and I started a process of looking at options without anywhere to start. We obviously knew SARC and the programs that they had for early child development, but we had never really paid attention to the adult services programs. And it was at that time that we looked into the First Place Transitional Academy and found what we were looking for.
When I went for my interview for the First Place Transitional Academy at 29 Palms, I had a lot of high anxiety and what if they don't accept me? What if I don't make any friends? But then once I nailed the interview, then I felt more at ease.
She came out and said, I nailed it. She was so excited about me, and I was so proud of her.
The things we've experienced since Joanna joined the First Place Transitional Academy, joy for her, relief from a brother and a family member who just wants the best for his sister. When Corey and I were thinking about starting our family, Joanna's diagnosis was certainly on our minds. We knew that there wasn't anything we could do about that, and that wasn't going to deter us from having a family, but we certainly were going in eyes wide open. And so when Bodhi was born, Corey will tell you she knew right away that something was different about him. And it was at the 16-month mark that we did finally have our pediatrician tell us to go and have him evaluated by a neurologist. And so we went to Phoenix Children's Hospital and walked out that day with a diagnosis that he was on the spectrum. We did not really know what to do next. Coincidentally, SARC had been partnered up with KTAR on the autism radiothon, and literally within a day or two of that, just drove down there with Bodhi and showed up on the doorstep.
So when we got down to SARC, we went through the intake process. Everybody was so kind, and I think it got us to feel empowered. We were taking control of a situation that felt very out of our control. The community school was really an outstanding experience from Bodhi from start to finish. The integration with typical peer models is something that Bodhi really took to. The parent training was life-changing for our family. It wasn't just for Greg and I, but it included our daughter, Taylor. Taylor started to learn how to communicate with her brother. There's so many skills that we learned while Bodhi was in the community school that changed the trajectory of our lives. Our family is a swim family. My husband would tell you he would prefer us to be a basketball family or sort of land sport family. Oh no, we don't. It's not the right place for us.
One thing we expect my family to do in the summer is to be swimming.
So we started with Scottsdale Aquatic Club when Bodie was 8. I was a nervous wreck, but Bodie marched on that deck confident.
I swam the 50 breast. 50 breaststroke is like the stroke I specialize in, the race I specialize in. I ended up getting a gold medal.
The grin on his face, the pride, the joy he felt, we all felt it. We often get asked about our hopes and dreams for Bodie. When he was younger, we didn't know how to answer that. Will he go to prom? Will he graduate high school? Will he go to college? Will he get married? All those things that, you know, when you first have that baby, that you wish and hope for them. So I came to this answer, and I think it still holds true. I want Bodie to live a meaningful and connected life. But whatever it is, we're gonna make sure that it is the most fulfilling and meaningful experiences to him every day, that he feels like he's bringing value to his community.
What I would really want to do when I grow up is be a swim coach. Maybe like being a swim coach for like younger kids, and that would be my career option.
Had we known what services and opportunities were available now for my sister back when she was diagnosed, I can't imagine what her life would be like. And I say that cautiously because I am proud of who she is. And I think she has made such amazing progress and has some real genuine friendships and skills.
You know, she's made a lot of smart changes and a lot of progress in her thinking that, you know, it's what she wants, whatever she wants to do, you know, we'll help her.
So my dream in life is to live a happy, enjoyable life. I mean, someday I hope to work for the Walt Disney Company. And the words of Walt Disney, if you could dream it, you can do it.